Texas has been ravaged by unchecked illegal migrants. They're overrunning small border towns, taking resources, bringing drugs, and needing medical attention they have no ability to pay for. None of this is news. Now, some would say it's gotten worse lately, but it's been a problem for decades, so this isn't necessarily a right or left problem. I do have some opinions on which side's trying to fix it and which is not, but that's not really the point of this today. So, as I understand it, when a person arrives at the border, they're supposed to check in with Border Patrol and request asylum or some other legal procedure to be allowed to enter legally. Legally, following the rules. This sounds fine. This country was founded on welcoming people from all over. I'm not seeing any problem so far. But what about the people that sneak in illegally? Well, these people are not welcome. If the very first thing they do is break our laws, they aren't exactly adding to our cultural richness. Using a phrase that Democrats love, why are you avoiding the police/Border Patrol if you have nothing to hide? So there are so many ways to get into this country legally. You just have to ask and follow some rules. Now, during the legal immigration process, you will be involved with the legal system. You'll most likely see a judge, and this country is so giving that we will also provide them with legal counsel, if necessary. However, some people feel they're above the law. Of course, there are some migrants who don't follow rules. But what about the people in this country who are charged with keeping the legal immigration system working? Like Timothy Japhet. Timothy Japhet? Who's that, you ask? He's an immigration attorney and a federally appointed magistrate. You know, the person that we trust and pay to keep everything legal. But nope, this guy doesn't follow rules. He does whatever he wants. Allegedly. He was arrested for smuggling 4 men across the border into the country. Oh, and a resisting arrest. Do I still have to say allegedly? Allegedly. It is unknown if the men were taken against their will or if they paid Japhet to transport them. It is also unknown if Japhet represented them legally. However, using the smallest amount of common sense, if they were clients, why were they hiding in the trunk of his car? I think everyone knows what happened here. Allegedly. So authorities did not disclose whether the men were citizens, legal residents, or undocumented, or their country of origin. So the current whereabouts and status of the 4 men were not provided. This may be another conspiracy theory, but it seems like they're being a little cagey with the info. Now more info might be coming, and they can't provide details on an active case, so that might make sense. So at this point, it's pretty obvious that major people highly placed in government want more immigrants, legal or otherwise. They won't protect the border. They have actively invited migrants. They lavish them with luxury hotels, free medical, free food, the list goes on and on and on. They clearly are a protected class right now. So the federal government is inviting them in, and it goes from the top all the way to the bottom. A lowly magistrate is not only helping them legally with his assigned cases, but he is driving to the border, loading them into his car, and then driving them into the country. Allegedly. I don't know how this ends, but it probably won't be pretty. Thousands of people in all levels of government need to be replaced. They should probably be arrested for treason, but let's be honest, that's never going to happen. But if some form of law and order isn't reestablished, we're going to get to the point where there are no laws at all. I don't want that. Not many do. But things need to change pretty quickly while we still have hope. When you lose hope, people do dumb and dangerous things. We're already seeing examples of that. That guy who showed up at Kavanaugh's house because he didn't like a Supreme Court ruling. That kid lost hope and he did dumb things. That's why this magistrate is such an important story. When every level is corrupt, it emphasizes the urgency that we need change. Or if it keeps going like this and more than 50% of the country loses hope, it will just be awful. Some people are saying they want this, but ask any war vet and they will tell you that what they want is worse than they could ever imagine.